Let me just start by saying it's a new day. It's a new year. And folks, it's going to be epic. And that is me. For those of you who may have been out of town, your Wi-Fi's down, or you just had a new grandbaby and hadn't been paying attention, there are a few key reasons why this year is going to be epic. Number one, this is in no particular order, just what Amy put down and I came up with. IKEA, Grand Prairie, opened in December 2017. I have to pause there because the developer, the young lady that brought us IKEA is here tonight. Jennifer Frank, do you mind just standing up and your assistant Rose? Thank you, Jennifer. I wouldn't relive this story if you weren't here, Jennifer, but since you're here, I have to relive it. She came into the office with myself, Tom, and Bob O'Neill came in and told us, I'm not telling you who I represent. If you find out, you can't say anything. Talked in generalities about what might be brought, what the city could do as far as enhancements. 2 hours after she left, Bob O'Neill says she represents IKEA. And I almost fainted. Now let me tell you why I almost fainted. Council, y'all remember the dirt owners and the developers of that land were getting tired. They were getting impatient. They had owned that dirt for a long time and the frontage roads were in and they wanted to sell. They brought us development after development to get it started and sell their land, and we kept saying no, you have to have a big anchor first. I didn't know it was going to be IKEA. We kept that a secret for 6 months and I went around everybody. No one ever thought we were bringing an IKEA. What they did think was the number one thing was Bass Pro Shop. I'll take a Bass Pro, but I'm glad I got IKEA. The 290,000 square foot IKEA employs 300 workers and includes 1,100 parking spaces and a 400-seat restaurant. IKEA is truly changing the face of Grand Prairie along 161, where we have about 300 acres immediately adjacent available for development and about 1,600 acres available within 1 mile. Along 161, we can expect more than 50 new restaurants and retail stores to open in 2018 and 2019. If you've driven by there, you know the ground is moving, foundations are going laid, concrete is being poured. This is real. John Weber, would you mind standing up? John is one of the biggest landowners there and he's got great developments going on. John, thank you, John. There you are over here, I'm sorry. NDC Holdings, United Commercial Development, and JCD Holdings have already started 3 of the 6 retail centers. While a lot of the tenant mix is still underway and they haven't inked them, we can't announce them just yet. Maybe I can in 3 months, but I'm not going to have another of these for a year. I can announce these retailers are expected in the mix. Ross, Michaels, Ulta, Burlington's, Conn's, Petco, Burke's. Rebecca's a favorite, and thank you very much, John. Home Goods. Plus, I mean, she's been after John every time she sees us. When are you getting Home Goods? I think he had to give him the place free to get them and get her off his back. These restaurants are expected. Chick-fil-A, and Robin Harris, the owner of the one on South Carrier, was able to get the franchise. Thank you and congratulations, you're here tonight. The 200th Starbucks. Really, you know, I used to think you measured a town's success by how many Starbucks you had. This is our 5th, so I'm happy. Panda Express, Chipotle, El Pollo Loco, Smoothie King, Jimmy John's, Jason's Deli, and Potbelly's, along with a couple of dine-in restaurants. The only 2 I can announce tonight is Olive Garden and El Phoenix. We're seeking out more all the time, and we'll let you know once we can announce them. The number 2 reason this year will be epic is the epic waters. year-round indoor water park. This great new tourist destination is bringing summer back all winter. You need to get your friends and family out to the Epic Waters, but don't go on a Saturday. I'm just saying. It reaches capacity every Saturday by 12:30. Epic Waters has already been ranked number 5 by the Travel Channel in the top 8 most incredible indoor water parks in the United States. Texas Hill Country ranks us number 2 in the 5 indoor water parks for the most fun in Texas, ahead of Great Wolf Lodge. 25,000 people have come through the doors since we opened in January, and Georgia, we are exceeding expectations. I hope the little lady that asked you this question is not here tonight. Somebody came up to her recently and said, what are we going to do about Epic Waters? I was told if it doesn't max out every day, we lose money. Folks, we never intended it to max out on Monday. That's when I want to go. We are ahead of revenue projections. We've already booked 5 late-night lock-ins. Also, 700 birthday parties just in 2018. 700. Only 35% of, and that's not including Presley. She didn't book a birthday party, they just bought tickets. This is birthday parties. Right, Nancy? Yes. And 35% of the people who come, now her birthday party will be this Saturday, but it won't be in the party room. So everybody come to celebrate Presley's birthday party. That's my niece. I'm not buying. Here's the good news. Only 35% of the people who come to the Epic are from Grand Prairie. We're getting outsiders. We're getting them as far away as Houston, Austin, and San Antonio. Isn't that great? Online tickets for spring break, which guarantee you entry, are selling out. So if you want to go during spring break, you better buy it now. If you haven't seen it yet, here's our new TV commercial for a glimpse of what's inside.
Epic Waters Indoor Water Park is epic in every wave. With 11 slides and attractions under a colossal retractable roof, Epic Waters Indoor Water Park is fun for everyone, year-round, rain or shine. Come explore first-of-their-kind slides, catch a wave on a surf simulator, take the Prairie plunge, or relax and enjoy Texas' longest indoor lazy river. Epic Waters Indoor Water Park in Grand Prairie is fun for the whole family. Buy tickets at epicwatersgp.com.
WFA and Good Morning Texas did a whole session out there the other day. It was great. And folks, if you're a Grand Prairie resident, Monday through Thursday, after 5, you get in for $10. Join me next Wednesday night. Rebecca and I will be there next Wednesday night. Some of the council, some of our friends. I'll ride some slides with you. I will probably not do the flow rider for a while again, but ride some rides with me. Epic Waters is the only indoor water park in DFW besides Great Wolf Lodge. And you know what you got to do is go to Great Wolf Lodge indoor water park. You got to stay in their hotel with the rock solid beds. I've been there. If I was ever going to go back, I'd buy a room, but I'd still go home to sleep. Epic Waters, have you slept there? You'll know what I mean. Epic Waters maximum capacity is 1,500. The water park has the largest retractable roof of any indoor water park in America. Has floats, rapids, the tallest indoor water slide in America, which I've done twice. It's a lot of fun. 4 unique water attractions never combined in North America. The first indoor dual flow rider in Texas for surfers and boogie boarders. The longest indoor lazy river in Texas. A kids play zone, arcade, food and beverages. plus rentable cabanas where you can purchase adult beverages and food. And this summer, we open the Epic Waters Wave Pool. It will have 250,000 gallons of water, 13,500 square feet of water surface, and a maximum capacity of 900. So after it opens up, on nice days when we're doing both, we'll have a 2,400 capacity. The third big reason, out of 55 reasons, this year will be the Epic in its open. No, not near 55. I can't talk that long. Is the opening this year of the Epic Mega Recreation Center. The Epic is at State Highway 161 in Arkansas, across the lake from the summit, and will be open to all ages. It's crazy. I mean, it's crazy, folks. Gym courts, a beautiful entry lounge, a yoga room, 2 multi-purpose program rooms, an indoor track with an incline. You can go around and you go up, go around and go down and go up. I mean, you won't get bored. Well, you might. An aerobic dance room, a spin bike room, $1 million of state-of-the-art equipment with free weights, but you have to pay to get in, so I mean, they may not be free. An indoor pool with a lap swim, play zone, exercise zone, and a lazy river resistant walk. Folks, this isn't at Epic Waters, this is at the Epic. 3 rentable party rooms by the pool. We're going to be party central. A cafe, a library, a theater. How many of you have been to the Kessler Theater in Oak Cliff? We're having a duplicate, exact duplicate of the Kessler Theater in the Epic, down to the foot. An artist studio, an artist in resident housing space, 2 art instruction rooms, a children's indoor playground, a children's game room, a teen room, culinary arts instructional classroom, and an audio video studio. We're planning on having 15,000 members, hoping they all don't come at the same time, 500,000 visits a year, and 125 full-time and part-time employees. Then, folks, just outside the Epics, there's going to be a grand lawn, a 5.5-acre grand lawn. Its amphitheater and more than 2 miles of trails opens with a kickoff concert this March 24th, featuring Vocal Trash and Memphis Soul, open to the public. March 24th, Vocal Trash and Memphis Soul. I think it starts at 6 o'clock. So the whole area, from Arkansas to Warrior on the west side of 161, where the Summit, Epic Waters, Epic, and Public Safety Building reside, will henceforth be known as Jensen Park. Charlie, you've got a statue, a road, and a building. I wanted a park. No, folks, it's going to be known as Epic Central. And the vision and master plan for this area includes hotels, restaurants, and some retail and office space. Look at that vision. The little curved thing there looks like a banana. We hope that's going to house 3 restaurants. We're already working hard with them, working out the details to bring them here. I can tell you, Tom and the staff and all of us are working really hard to bring a public-private partnership there too, and to do a hotel and conference center with restaurants that will add to the experience, create a synergy to bring people to stay, dine, and play together. We also wanted to create a perpetual revenue stream to support the operation of Epic Central. The goal is to break ground in 2019 with the convention center, hotel, and restaurant spaces. Now, in order to achieve not only this goal, but some other projects in the city, we will be bringing a charter amendment to voters on May 5th called Proposition A. Currently, the city charter limits the city's ability to lease its land to a 30-year term. Well, banks and developers don't like being limited to just 30 years. So we're asking the voters to consider lifting the 30-year restriction. During the times we've worked with people, we've realized that we have projects all around town that we need the flexibility to maximize city property for development. So sometimes it may be better to lease, and at other times better to sell. That is why in 2016, voters approved the sale of the parkland. Whether the city leases or sells the parkland, the revenues will stay in the park system. Our goal is to strive for the best benefit for the city and its residents. We feel like Proposition A gives the city the flexibility to do what works best. Reason number 4 of 55. I know it may not look like it now, but we are told the main lanes on State Highway 360 extension all the way down to 287 will be open this summer, folks. Finally open this summer. Now, some of the frontage roads down deep south they'll continue working on those, but the frontage roads you've been driving on now will remain open. They will remain free. You will always be able to drive all the way south free if you want to stay on the frontage roads. But folks, just think about that intersection of 360 and Camp Wisdom when you're coming home. 360 backs the way all the way up to 183. Pretty close. Okay, it's not only to help speed traffic south of I-20, it's going to, it opens up 1,200 acres of developable land in Grand Prairie. 1,200 acres. This is huge for our south sector where a majority of our growth is located. Reason number 5 of 55. We will open the expanded and remodeled Charlie Taylor Rec Center, Prairie Paws, Animal Shelter, Shotwell Library, and have begun expansion of the Waterpark Library. We've been very excited about all the new and shiny things happening in the 161 corridor, but your city council feels strongly that we have to take care of the assets we already have. Shoot, when I was a teenager, I spent most of my days at Crockett Recreational Center, which is now Charlie Taylor. And here just a short 10 years later, okay, 50 years later, we are expanding and remodeling like we did at Dalworth Rec Center. Listen to what we're doing to it, folks. It is being expanded from 9,512.3 feet. She put 9,512. Thank you for being so. To 20,850. More than doubling it. To include 2 meeting rooms, offices, expanded fitness room, a game room, restaurant. Well, I'm glad we're adding restrooms. Thank you. And a boxing, listen, and a boxing area in partnership with the Grand Prairie Police Boxing Program. Isn't that great? And our animal shelter is such a popular place to adopt a new pet that we have greatly enlarged our capacity there, going from 10,000 square feet to 18,000 square feet. Adding 200 kennels, a surgery center, outdoor kennel, fenced grass play space, a get-to-know interior room, you know, before you adopt. Hello. Nursery space and field staff. Administration area, and we expect to have that open this summer. And the libraries have been reborn. Folks, let me repeat that. Our libraries have been reborn. Community connections, full of classes, programs, computers, DVDs, adventures, education, and yes, we still have books there. In fact, the classes at Shotwell and Waterpark libraries are so popular, we outgrew our space. Shotwell has completed its remodel and is open. We took in the former computer lab at that center library and reconfigured it and updated the look and the layout. The Waterpark expansion to almost double its space has begun and will be completed in 15 months. We are adding 2 large program rooms, one for children and one for adults, creating a teen space, adding square footage for the staff and processing, and it's going to take 15 months and it'll be open the first 12 months of that and only have to close it all for the last 3 months. Reason number 6, I need to recognize Councilwoman Georgia Clemson again because she brought us an idea a few months ago called the Big Event. Dr. Hull, I know you know what it is because you're an A&M alumni. It's called the Big Event. The Texas A&M started it several decades ago, and now it's on 125 campuses nationwide. But we're the first municipality to host the Big Event. The founder of it hopes that other cities will follow our lead. What is the Big Event? It's a citywide volunteer day, which will match volunteers with service projects the morning of March 24th. What a great way to connect community, give back, help others. So on March 24th, Volunteer teams will meet at South Grand Prairie parking lot for their assignments, then go to their jobs until around noon or 1 o'clock, when they may return to South Grand Prairie for lunch, provided by In-N-Out Burgers. And yes, Deborah, I'm trying to get an In-N-Out Burger in Grand Prairie. We're trying, but the best we can do now is have them come serve us hamburgers for every occasion we can. Then Saturday night, we're having a big concert, the Epic Central Park Amphitheater, which I've already mentioned, featuring Vocal Trash and Memphis Soul. We really hope all of you come, and if you're a volunteer, you get preferred seating. So there's still time to register for the big event. Go to gptx.org/big event. Georgia, thank you. It's a great event. We hope it grows. Reason number 7. How many of you have gotten your water bill and thought, I didn't use that much water? Okay, everybody raise your hand. We're giving you the tool so that you can see from your home computer or your mobile phone how much water you're using at any time of the day. Oh, wow. Up to date, real time. Yes, ma'am. You will be able to see what you're using, when you're using it, and planning accordingly. Not any more of this, I didn't use that much water, and then we look at the records that we have and we show your water sprinklers coming on from 2 to 4 and you didn't know it. Now you'll have the tool in your hand to know before your bill arrives. It lets residences and businesses plan and know what they're getting into. Reason number 8, something near and dear to my heart. We begin construction of Playground Adventures. And includes, yes, that's great, an inclusive playground for handicappable children, youth, and adults. We're going to start construction later in this 2018 with an opening of Phase 1 for the summer of 2019. You've heard me talk about it before, but it bears repeating. This will be a destination playground drawing people of all ages and abilities from the region and even the state. According to the North Central Texas Council of Governments, North Texas is home to more than 660,000 individuals living with a disability. This playground gives those people and families the chance to play together. And play is a critical part of any relationship and physical therapy. This will be the first such playground of this magnitude in DFW and offers our corporate citizens a great way to give back by sponsoring play equipment. In fact, Baylor Orthopedic and Spine Hospital of Arlington, P. Lawler Enterprises, Strapazone, thank y'all for being here tonight. The Lowe Family Foundation, thank y'all for being here tonight. Atmos Energy, Open Air, who built the shell and roof over the water park. American Resort Management, who runs the water park for us. Friesen Nichols and Half Associates have already made contributions totaling $770,000. Let's give them a round of applause. We are trying to raise $2 million, but folks, whether we raise another penny or we're opening it, we have enough funds, city funds plus the $770,000, we will open it. But the more money that's donated, the more play equipment we can buy and the more opportunities we'll be able to give kids. So think about that, and if you can, make a donation. Number 9. Traffic signal boxes. Yes, traffic signal boxes are one of the reasons this year will be epic. We're one of the few cities that have ever done this. We will work with artists to paint graphical wrap signal boxes all across town. It started last year with an art competition. A committee of community leaders, residents, and artists selected 20 winners. Of note, one of them's 81-year-old resident and another is a 13-year-old from the Grand Prairie Fine Arts Academy. If you want to see an example of that box, Deputy City Manager Tom Cox's wife, Karen, created a demonstration box right next to Fire Station number 1. That's why it's got the fire hose and the little puppy there. I believe that public art is a hallmark of a world-class city. Public art reflects our society, adds meaning to cities and uniqueness to communities. Places with strong public art break the mold and give communities a stronger sense of value, place, and identity. We always include an element of public art in our new construction projects, but this takes public art onto our streets and into our neighborhoods. We'll be doing 20 of them and hope to expand it in future times. We're expected to see really neat results. I think it's a great opportunity for us. A number 10 reason, in association with the extension of Palace Parkway to the east, that's under construction now, the city recently commissioned a study by OmniPlan. The study was with the I-30 and Beltline corridor. It included site analysis, research, and design proposals. They looked at the almost 130 acres on the north, south, east, and west side of Beltline and I-30 that will be opened by the new frontage roads, which we've never had, folks. After interviewing landowners, staff, looking at zoning, surrounding property development, traffic counts, and density, they then taking all that information and applying gateway mixed-use planning principles, we were presented with a plan and design that will create a place and a destination experience. The plan includes areas for multifamily living, office, hotel, and retail space, with great design attention in between the spaces at eye level. It's already been shared with several of the corridor property owners and the city council, and we all love it. We've always had high hopes for the I-30 frontage roads, what it would create for good development, but OmniPlan made us realize there could be much more than what we were thinking. This could be a significant node between Dallas and Fort Worth. Even Tom Hart, who dreams very big, was blown away by it. Of course, time will tell, but folks, if we don't dream big, nothing's going to happen. This ingredient, we have all the ingredients there, all of them, all three of them. Location, location, location. Plus the access provided by I-30, 161, and 360. Projections show millions more people moving to the Metroplex in the coming years if they can't keep from sprawling further and further out. We will start to see vertical redevelopment near the heart of the Metroplex, and that is for us. They just can't, it's going to have to go in. People don't want to drive to work an hour and a half unless you're a firefighter. This I-30 vision, and I've got a couple of firefighters here tonight along with Chief Fight. This I-30 vision could be another one of our life-changing endeavors. And folks, we're working hard to make it happen. Speaking of reality, I'm through with the top reasons. There were only 10, not 55. Applause? No. Of course, they were pretty good. I wish I had 10 more like that, don't you? Our home sales, median price of $211,000 exceeds Arlington, Garland, Cedar Hill, Duncanville, and DeSoto. How many of you would have guessed that? The average permit value of a new single-family home in Grand Prairie is up 22% from 2015, from $257,000 to $312,000. New home starts reached 261 in 2017. 4 apartment complexes, Chief Dye's favorite, opened or started construction in 2017, offering more than 900 units, and we have 3 more on the way in 2018. Not only do people want to live here, they want to come and stay and play here. We opened 2 new hotels, Home 2 Suites, La Quinta, and Comfort Suites in 2017, and have 4 on board to begin construction in 2018. A 120-room Courtyard by Marriott on 161 in Arkansas, a 100-room Hyatt Place on I-20, a 98 Hilton True on the north side of 360, and a 112-room Staybridge on the south side, just south of I-20 on Lake Ridge. Plus, we have hotel interest around Epic Central Park right now. In addition to new homes, new apartments, and new hotels, we have 2.2 million square feet of commercial, retail, and industrial construction in queue. Let me remind you, we're the 15th largest city in the state of Texas out of 1,200 cities. That's one of the things, staff, if somebody tells me we're ranked 10th, if it's 10 out of 11, who cares? You know, we're 15th out of 1,200. We're 127th out of, think about it, 19,000. 127th largest city out of 19,000. And this is where I get the 10th for. We are also ranked 10th safest major city in Texas of the 34 cities with 100,000 or more population. That's by the FBI's Uniform Crime Reporting and the Texas Department of Public Safety. Plus, our crime is down 35% since 2010. Grand Prairie's Fire Department celebrated its 100th anniversary in 2017 and was one of 200, another stat, I love this, one of 203 cities in the USA. How many cities in the USA? 19,000. We are an ISO 1 rated city, 203, only 203 in the whole US, which lowers your insurance rates, but maybe, boy, why does it lower insurance rates? Because we're safer. Our fire has equipment, people, places, positioned to take care of you, or you can't get an ISO 1 rating. This was a shift from an ISO 3 rating, basically from a C to an A. And folks, every city that touches our border, every one of them around us, is rated a number 2. We're the only one rated 1. Thank y'all. In 2017, we received some of the highest credit ratings possible for our bond issues, saving us more than $8 million over the next 10 years. That means we're paying lower interest rates. Your city consistently practices and upholds conservative, responsible standards in the financial arena. Plus, I have to give kudos to TxDOT. They have started the construction on the frontage roads. I told Amy, I wanted the bar they're showing you, but I wanted you to see the dirt moving. They're moving dirt. It's already open on the south side between Baghdad and MacArthur, and is scheduled to open you're in the south side from Northwest 7th to Baghdad, as are the north side roads from Beltline to MacArthur. That's going to open up a developable space. And designed to be let by the end of 2018 are the frontage roads on the south side from 161 to Northwest 7th, and on the north side, phew, y'all will forget this anyway. Folks, we're fixing to build them. This opens up 376 acres for development. The utility relocation for I-20 frontage roads have already begun. You've seen it. They're moving dirt with the completion of those frontage roads set for 2020. This not only provides critical routes for public safety, but it opens up an additional 318 acres for development. We couldn't get the stats for it. Well, let me finish this next slide, then I'll tell you. So, due to these major projects, you tally up all the available land for development along 161, 360, I-30, and I-20. We are introducing almost 3,800 acres for development. 3,800 acres. Other neighboring cities wouldn't share their information, but I've got to tell you, if you drive around, there ain't anybody else has that much land available. We're smack dab in the center of the Metroplex. I used to say 6 million, then I started saying 7 million, now I think we're creeping up on 8 million, surrounded by 8 million people, and they want to do things. They want to shop, eat, and have fun. Why not us? Then to help us all get around easier, we also have to include these projects. MacArthur Boulevard has been widened from 2 lanes to 4 lanes, from I-30 to Hunter Farrell, and it's now open. We're going to have the ribbon cutting this coming Monday. I want to thank Commissioner Garcia for the help that the Commissioner's Court and Dr. Garcia gave us on helping us fund that. Here's another project that would not be possible without Commissioner Garcia. In 2018, we will begin connecting Lower Tarrant Road and Wildlife Parkway across the Trinity River, creating an important east-west thoroughfare. Here's the bad news. Here's the good news, bad news. We're fixing to start widening Great Southwest. Yeah, yay. Tell me yay a year from now. It's going from 4 lanes to 6 lanes from Sarah Jane, basically I-20, all the way to Mayfield. This project includes sidewalks, new water lines, bridges, and will be completed by the year 2020. This project will be a curse while it's underway. I'm serious. I'm changing my phone number while this is going on. But folks, we will praise it when it's finished. From May 2018 to May 2019, we will add the lanes from Sarah Jane to Forum, rerouting traffic in a loop. You're not going to remember this. Just follow the signs. Something else just became interesting. We just got word in February that TxDOT has let for construction, adding 1 lane southbound and 1 lane northbound on 360 from I-20 to Jefferson. Now, what does that have to do with us? Folks, we travel it a lot. Grand Prairie residents travel it. I will tell you, NTTA is here tonight. Thank you, NTTA, because the growth that we're having around IKEA, the Epic, would not be possible had TxDOT not stepped up and loaned RTC and NTTA $300 million to build 360. And we would not be driving the George Bush Turnpike had it not been NTTA. So thanks for NTTA for being here tonight. Folks, I know it's not popular right now to talk about toll roads, but if you don't want to drive on the George Bush Turnpike, stay on the frontage road. You have a choice. 3 free lanes that are slow, or 2 paid lanes that are slow. We're all about choices. But think about how slow it would be if there was just 3 lanes instead of 5. Have you been over to North Dallas on the 635 where they've done that underground express? Data has shown the people that want to stay upstairs and drive for free have improved their speed and throughput because enough people are hopping down and paying down. I mean, if you introduce more lanes, you get more throughput. It's like a machine shop. You add another head to that CNC machine, you're getting more production out. So again, I'm saying if you don't want to pay for a toll, stay in the free slow lane. Every once in a while you hop on the paid one and it is faster. But my point is, we had to see if the traffic count on the George Bush Turnpike was steady enough to pay the bonds before we increased more lanes, free lanes on 360. Does that make sense? Well, folks, you drive to work, you drive home. We can introduce a lot more lanes. So that's going to help us. You get 360 toll lanes finished all the way down. The 360 added lanes is going to make a huge difference. And lastly, I have a couple of new business developments of note. We recently celebrated SkyMates Flight School opening at the Grand Prairie Airport. SkyMates trains pilots from around the world. They moved here from Arlington and just entered into an agreement with Envoy to train their pilots. Envoy operates as American Eagle, a regional carrier of American Airlines. In fact, you should have seen it, they landed an Embraer American Eagle E-175 at Grand Prairie Airport the other day. It didn't have much fuel on it, and it wasn't full of passengers, but it got in there and got out. I had one of my best pictures ever taken. They got me coming down the ramp, and it was fun. SkyMates will train about 150 pilots a year. And in news that just broke this week, while Rebecca and I were out in Vegas for the helicopter show, the annual helicopter show, Airbus Helicopters broke the news this week that they're planning to build $40 million training center at its headquarters at Grand Prairie Airport. $40 million training center. The 23,500 square foot facility will train more than 1,500 pilots and mechanics every year. And I'm here to tell you, Mr. Hart and staff and myself have already had meetings with Airbus helicopters, SkyMates, and Lockheed Martin, who's here tonight, about rooms, hotel rooms, space at the convention center. Folks, they want to stay where they want to have meetings where there's hotel. And speaking of Lockheed, I'd also like to recognize Lockheed Martin Missiles and Fire Control, who are with us tonight. They are Grand Prairie's largest private employer. They continue to maintain their corporate headquarters here in Grand Prairie year after year, and instrumental in our nation's defense. Just at the end of last year, they get huge contracts all the time, but one that really was significant, almost $1 billion contract for some new missiles, so to make our country safer. Thank you all for what you do wherever Lockheed is. Your city staff and elected officials are working hard to make sure Grand Prairie is the best it can be for our residents and businesses. But y'all know your support and positive input and optimism play a key role. If somebody asks you where you live and you say Grand Prairie, you know how you say it makes a difference, doesn't it? You're our ambassadors. I always have, this is the end, I always struggle with how I'm going to close. And I struggled today. Sometimes it comes to me and sometimes it doesn't. But today, after I was up here, and let me pause for a minute. Amy, Allie, thank y'all. Amy. This kind of break the ice before I get emotional. There's Amy, Cammie, Whitney, Allie, Dama, and Delise outside my office. Now, Amy I've known forever. I don't forget her name. Cammie and Whitney have been there quite a while, but goodness, the joke used to be the girl that sat next to Dama, as soon as I'd remember her name, she'd be gone. They're an intern. They move around. Right, Amy? I told this story the other day, and I always struggled with how to remember their names. I've had people tell me that you do a great job. I make notes with descriptions. I can't tell you what I have for your description. I could tell yours, Jeff. In private. So the other day I came up with this. Cammie lives down the alley from Whitney, who's about to sign the lease with Dama. I just got to remember where they're all sitting. But I was in a daze. Walking out of here, Michelle saw me. I was in La La Land. Rebecca says I get that way every once in a while. She knows I'm thinking about something. I went out the door, said, great job, see you tonight, and I went out the door, and then I came back in, and I said, you know, I'm in a daze, but I think you get this. It ain't about me. It ain't about me. Say at work, our employees have babies to feed and shoes to buy. It ain't about me, it's about us. And I'm going to keep trying my damnedest to make us the best city we can be. Thank y'all for being here tonight.